या सगळ्याला जर जबाबदार कोणी असेल या महाराष्ट्रातल्या घडामोडींना, ते सरन्यायाधीश डी.वाय. चंद्रचूड. देशाचं सुप्रीम कोर्ट ज्यांनी वेळेत निर्णय द्यायला हवा होता, आमदार अपात्रतेच्या संदर्भात, मग तुम्ही कशा करता बसलेलात? 2.5-3 वर्ष तुम्ही निर्णय देत नसाल तर तुम्ही खुर्च्या कशा करता उभवताय? सरकारवरती का ओझं म्हणून तुम्ही जनतेच्या पैशाचा तुम्ही चुराडा करताय? धनंजय चंद्रचूड माननीय उद्धव साहेबांनी सांगितलं त्याप्रमाणे ते उत्तम प्रोफेसर किंवा लेक्चरर म्हणून बाहेर भाषण द्यायला चांगले आहेत, पण सरन्यायाधीश म्हणून त्यांनी घटनात्मक पेचावर निर्णय देऊ शकले नाहीत. याबद्दल इतिहास त्यांना माफ करणार नाही.
You point out to us that we are not working even for a minute of the time that we are assigned to do our work, and such a criticism would be valid. Throughout this year, we were dealing with seminal constitutional cases, 9 judge bench decisions, 7 judge bench decisions, 5 judge bench decisions. Now, should any one party or individual decide what case the Supreme Court should hear? Sorry, that choice is for the Chief Justice. That these are, if you don't take up old cases, you are told, well, cases are languishing before the Supreme Court for 20 years. Important constitutional cases are pending before the Supreme Court for 20 years. Why is the Supreme Court not taking up these 20-year-old cases and dealing with some recent case? And then if you take up old cases, then you are told that, well, but you didn't take up this particular case. Well, you have limited manpower and you have a given complement of judges. A given segment of the polity feels that, well, you are independent if you follow my agenda.
Yeah.
That, you pursue my agenda, which is inclusive of cases which I think you should be deciding. We decided electoral bonds. Was that any less important?
Yeah.
It was a matter which dealt with the foundational structure.
Are you happy with that decision?
I'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah.
We decided electoral bonds. That's one. We decided recently the Aligarh Muslim University case, the closure of the madrasas under an order of the Allahabad High Court. We have dealt with issues pertaining to the disability rights of individuals. Okay. Is disability in any way less significant than any of these cases that we are referring to? We have decided critical issues pertaining to the federal structure this year, and these are all cases which we have decided this year. We decided the constitutional validity of Section 6A of the Citizenship Act, which gave citizenship to certain people who had migrated from Bangladesh prior to 25th of March, not CA, who had migrated prior to 25th of March 1971.
Okay.
Was that less significant? We dealt with a case on whether, a constitution bench case on whether lakhs and lakhs of individuals belonging to not the highest strata of society, but the lower strata of society. Question was whether a person who has a license to drive a light motor vehicle can drive a transport vehicle below 7,500 kgs. Now, that would have affected the livelihoods of lakhs of people. We delivered judgment on that just before my term came to an end. Are these cases that we have decided, in fact, we decided 38 constitution bench references during my tenure, are these cases less significant? Or do we then follow an agenda which others set for us that, well, you have to decide this case for me today. If you don't decide my case, then, well, you're not independent. This is something which is unacceptable. And the real problem today is this, and that's why, I must say this. It's because we have refused during my tenure as a Chief Justice. We have refused to be dictated by any third party on which cases to decide.